My name's John O'Rourke. I'm a product manager with MidAmerican Energy working in the energy efficiency department. I manage some of the residential energy efficiency programs that I'll be discussing. Have a presentation that I'll get to you in a little bit. At the back of the room I brought along what we call our Home Check Express kit. What it is, it's a kit we put together a few years ago to when people are getting ready to start weatherizing their home for the winter. You can pick one up as you leave. I've got to warn you though, when you open it, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, and it would be very difficult to put it back in and shut the lid. So we have a caulk gun and a couple silicone sealant caulking tubes that you can use to seal up around windows and doorways and seal air leakage throughout the house. And then we also have, you have to have kind of a steady hand and be evenly paced with when applying the caulking gun. For those of you who are like me and not quite as adept, we have some rope caulk that's a little bit easier to apply in those same areas. Inside the kit also we have some weather stripping for around windows and doors to make a seal when you open and close the doorways. One thing we do have in here that's kind of interesting is a outlet cover gasket. You put this behind the outlet cover on your wall, and it keeps air from going through, provides you a little extra insulation. And perhaps the most innovative thing that we have in the kit that I had never seen before is a furnace filter whistle. And what that is, we recommend that you follow manufacturer specs, which is usually to change your furnace filter once a month or somewhat regularly like that. And when you do that, if you put this furnace whistle on there, it'll just set along with the furnace filter, and the air is going to go through the filter. There's a little resistance to this whistle, so it won't go through the whistle. It'll go through the filter. And if you forget to change it monthly, eventually the dirt will build up in your filter, and the air will start going through the whistle. So you'll hear a reminder every time the fan comes on that it's time to change your furnace filter. And I know that it would apply in my case. And I hope that you're a little more diligent about it than I am. But anyway, you can pick one of those up at the back of the room. Let's see, the presentation here, I'll be going through the different residential programs. MidAmerican Energy is a company that operates gas and electric in 4 states. We serve over 1.7 million customers. The programs I'll be talking about will be the programs I'll be talking about will be the Iowa service territory. They'll be applicable all over the state of Iowa. One question that I get quite often is, why is MidAmerican Energy, who sells gas and electricity, why are we interested in helping people conserve? We do this for a number of reasons. Helping our customers manage their energy use, it's good for everybody. It helps us reduce costs by not having to build as much infrastructure to deliver reliable electricity and gas, and also reduces the bottom line costs to our customer every month as well. So it works out well for both of us. It helps improve the competitiveness of the businesses in our territory. They can reinvest the dollars that they would use with excess energy back into plant and equipment and make them more competitive and more productive. And really that's a real win-win for us to have productive and competitive businesses and households in our service territory. And also there's environmental impacts. We can avoid emissions by having less pollution. And one of the real reasons I feel is it's just the right thing to do. Energy is created with scarce resources. Helping people make wise energy choices is just smart business, and it's good for everyone involved. I'll be talking about several residential programs. The first program that I'll start talking about is our free in-person energy audit. It's called our Home Check program. This program features, we will send an auditor to a participant's home and walk through it, do about an hour to 2 hour walkthrough and look for energy savings opportunities. Homes in our service territory where we provide the heating fuel, whether it's gas or electric, and if the home was built before December 31st, 1998, those homes are eligible. This is a program that I manage. It's a very popular program. We have thousands of participants each year. Right now, and we get several compliments. People really enjoy the assistance. The auditor will go through the house, look for just obvious low-cost, no-cost ways to save energy. You look at things every day. Things deteriorate over time. You might not notice it, and just a fresh set of eyes will help you spot where you might need to do some caulking or sealing. One of my favorite recommendations that I see quite often is a lot of people will have a second refrigerator in their basement or their garage, and you open it up and there'll be a six-pack of colas or candy bars or whatever, and that refrigerator isn't full, and so it'll be cycling on and off very often. A lot of people don't understand how much that's costing them to run the second refrigerator, and it really is a significant, it can be significant at times. I guess in the next couple slides we'll get to what I would recommend people consider doing with those extra refrigerators and appliances. But during the analysis of the home check analysis, the auditor will do a bill analysis to help people understand exactly, how much the different things are going to cost, and just give them an estimate of how much it costs to heat and cool the house, and how much that hot tub might be costing, or that fish tank, or the different large energy users might be contributing. Also, during the walkthrough, the auditor will install free technologies that will help the customer save energy right away. In our electric territory, the customer can receive free energy efficient light bulbs during the home check, and there'll be the compact fluorescent bulbs, and there's a lot of different kinds. I know the technology has changed over a few years. If you tried them 10 years ago, they're a lot better. They have a lot better light rendition, a lot better light quality, and they come on a lot quicker. So if you've tried them before, and they're a lot different now, there's a lot more applications. The auditor will be able to find different places in the home. There are some bathroom light fixtures that we have specialty lights for, three-way reading lights that we have special bulbs for that are compact fluorescent, and as well as can lights. We have different bulbs that that can fit in there as well. Well, I'm talking about compact fluorescent bulbs. I just need to point out that right now we are cooperating with retail partners around the state of Iowa, including the different ones in Iowa City. Right now, we're working with them to make low-cost light bulbs available in the stores. And right now there's programs running in Home Depot's, Hy-Vee's, and Sam's. Starting October 1st, virtually, I can't name them all, but virtually all the hardware stores, the Aces, the True Values, all Menards, Walmart, there will be an in-store promotion for all of them starting about October 1st. And so I encourage you to go out there and purchase, to check out their selection, and start thinking about not only weatherizing the building shell of your home, but once daylight savings time hits, you're going to be using a lot more, your lights are going to be on a lot more, and so it's time to think about changing out the incandescents in your home as well. So getting back to the home check program, The auditor will also look for, make estimates of how efficient your furnace, your air conditioner, and your water heater is, and also will help you save some hot water fuel, some fuel to heat your hot water heater, or to heat your water. You don't heat hot water. So what we'll do is we'll install low-flow shower heads or low-flow faucet aerators. There's a really nice one that they put on the kitchen faucet, so that once you get your temperature right between the hot and cold, and you're washing dishes or something, there's a little toggle switch, so you can keep that temperature, and you can turn the water on and off, and so you don't have to keep turning both knobs to try to get the temperature right each time. So it's a minor savings, but it's a real convenience factor as well. It's a very popular item that we installed during the audit. Also, we'll look to see above your hot water heater if there's a place to put insulation on the pipes so that you can deliver hot water throughout the house to the faucets instead of having the heat transfer into the basement. In addition to the free installed measures during the audit, the auditor will be able to, at a minimal fee, go ahead and install during the audit. It takes about a half hour to an hour to install a programmable thermostat. And what this does for customers who have a predictable schedule, who sleep at a reasonably scheduled time, or they work during a predictable time, they can program their thermostat to come on and off so that when they're not in the house, they won't be using as much energy, and when they are in the house, they'll get the comfort that they want. The largest feature of the Home Check Energy Audit Program is the insulation. The auditor will check the insulation in the house, and then if the customer is eligible, there's very attractive rebates available to encourage them to upgrade their insulation in the attic, the sidewall, and also the foundation insulation. It's 70% up to a maximum of $750 for qualifying, if the home qualifies. And so that $750 max can be applied to all three areas. And it's an excellent way to encourage people to increase the insulation level in their house. And we'll have a list of contractors in the area who participate in the program, and we can arrange for one of them to call at the time of the audit as well, just to make it easier for the customer. The in-person audit requires that you call up. I called today, and if you were to call up today, it'd take about 2 weeks, is the first opening in our schedule in the Iowa City area. So you can go ahead and call our 800 number and do that. Or if you're internet savvy, we have an online audit that you could log on, and you can enter in the characteristics of your house, and it'll give you some good advice and help you prioritize the things you need to do, and then decide if you want to have an in-person audit or not. We encourage you to have the in-person audit. It's just that a lot of people find the online audit is very convenient for them as well. At the back of the room, I have several brochures, and the Home Check program has a brochure here, and there's an 800 number for you to call. The next program I'll be talking about is our residential equipment program, which the rebate schedule is in the back of the room, and you can pick that up if you're interested. We've had the residential equipment rebate program for several years, and it's been focusing on heating, cooling, and water heating equipment. We've had rebates available. You work with your installer to help you fill out the paperwork and everything, and qualify for a rebate when you're ready to change the large equipment in your house to make them more energy efficient. This year we have a few new things. We have rebates available for efficient fan motors and electric water heaters, which we didn't have in the past. And also we have rebates available this year, and we've had lots of participation for select Energy Star appliances in your home. We have rebates available for refrigerators, freezers, clothes washers, and dishwashers. And that's for the purchase of a new Energy Star appliance. For refrigerators and freezers, we also have a program that when you purchase a new refrigerator, you'll have a second refrigerator you'll have to do something with. You can either put it in the garage or in the basement or something and basically increase your electric load. Or we'll come to your house for free. We'll come to your house, we'll take that away, and we'll recycle it. We'll make sure we demanufacture it, take care of all the Freon, make sure it's recycled properly, make sure all the metals and plastics and foam is all recycled in an environmentally friendly way. And we'll take it away from your house, and we'll also pay you a rebate to take the old appliance away. So we have that available for refrigerators, freezers, and window air conditioners. And they just have to be in working order and plugged in at the time we pick them up, just so we're sure that we're getting working appliances that we're taking off the grid. We have programs available for our customers who are building new homes. This program is set up, our new homes program is set up to work directly with the builder. At the time a home's being built is the most efficient time, the best time in the world to make energy efficient choices, because you can do so many things when you're constructing a house that it's very hard to go back in after it's up to retrofit. You can't tear out the drywall after the fact very easily or cost effectively like as you could if you put proper insulation in before everything was put in. So we work directly with the builder. There's a lot of benefits to the homeowners who participate in this program. There's increased air quality. The home will be tighter, and the homeowner and the builder should also know to ventilate it right, so you have fresh air coming in where you want it to come in and not in the places, the drafts. So that will improve the comfort, the indoor air quality, and reduce your energy bill and the pollution involved as well. I mentioned earlier our rebate program. We also have financing available on qualifying equipment, so you can either have the rebate or you can choose the low interest financing. And the financing right now for residential will be prime rate, and that's a very attractive rate. It's below market for consumer loans. But you can either choose the equipment rebate or the financing. During the summer, we have a load management program where it's called our Summer Saver program. That's by far our largest participant program in the state of Iowa. I think we have, it was over 50, and it might be up to 60,000 units out there right now. But it is our largest program. What it is it's a load management program where we have radio-controlled devices that we'll put on participating homes and put them on the outside on their air conditioner. So on the hot summer days, when that air conditioner is cycling on and off anyway, what we do is we coordinate it. So in a geographical region such as Iowa City, they'll all be going on and off in a controlled manner in every 15-minute increments. That allows us to shave our peak, to manage our peak load, so we don't have to buy as much energy out on the market when it's the most expensive to purchase, and it allows us to manage our load, manage our costs better, helps keep our rates low, and a well-insulated home would not even notice that we were doing this in most cases. If the home is well insulated and built right, it's going to be cycling on and off anyway. A lot of people don't even know we're doing it. We'll give participants $40 the first year they sign up for the Summer Saver program, and $30 every year they continue in the program. And a lot of people don't even know that it's going on once they do the initial paperwork, and so it's a really nice program. Switching gears a little bit, we have another program, Plant Some Shade. It's a residential tree program. There's a lot of benefits to having more trees in the world, and we're helping our residential customers plant trees on their own property. There's one of the most obvious benefits is it provides shade around the house to reduce the cooling, and there's just a whole lot of good reasons to have more trees in the world. This slide's a little out of date. We just announced, or I just saw the announcement for the Iowa City event. We're going to have an Iowa City event on October 8th at the Johnson County Fairgrounds. And I volunteered last year to help load the trees up. They're very nice trees. This year we're going to have bur oaks, red oaks, sugar maples, service berries, and Norway spruces available. And they say they're about 6 to 8 feet tall. Several of them were actually bigger than that. They're big, nice trees, and you can pick them up for $30 a tree. I think I have a typo on there, on the slide there, but it's $30 a tree. You can get a maximum of 2, and I encourage anybody who's looking to plant a tree this fall to go ahead and do that. Of course, it's a big tree. You'll have to dig a big hole for it, and be sure to call one call to make sure you're not hitting buried cables or anything. We also have a tree program that's designed for communities. It's a grant program. I know that Iowa City has participated in the past in our Trees Please program. It's for assisting planting trees in public right-of-ways, public lands, et cetera. Iowa City's participated in that several years. We have a budget billing available to our customers. This is not quite an energy efficiency program. It's not a discount program, but what it does, it's a financial management program for our customers to allow them to budget their energy bill. Over a 12-month period, they will pay the same amount. It's just that during the off months, like we're experiencing now, where the heating and cooling bills aren't quite as high as other parts of the year, customers can pay one even amount, and then that'll lessen that'll lessen the bill later on, so make it even throughout the year. But the total cost in 12-month period will remain the same. There's a really fantastic low-income program that we work with the Iowa Department of Human Rights, and they administer it through the local community action agencies. What it is, they'll go through that through qualifying houses based on income, and they'll look at the insulation, furnaces, water heaters. They'll do a lot more. It's similar to our home check program, but they go a lot further. So if you know anybody who might qualify for that program, I encourage them to contact their local community action agency and get in the waiting list for that. And it's a real good opportunity to make some real difference in some of the houses that need it the most. Unfortunately, some customers are not able to meet their obligations to heat their home. We have a program set up that allows those who are more fortunate to help those in need, and it's called the iCare program, and customers can make donations to the iCare program to assist those in need to help pay their heating bill. And this is for, all these donations are made by MidAmerican customers, and the company matches a percentage of that as well. I've been talking about our residential programs primarily. I just need to remind everyone, this is more of a residential audience, I think, but we do have equally as many or more programs for our commercial and industrial customers. Basically, they have the same sort of equipment programs, only they have more lighting, more variable speed drives, more measures that apply to large buildings. They have programs especially for the big customers to help them maximize their load. And I guess from this slide, the one program is the commercial new construction program. If you're involved with at work or through any affiliation of anybody who's building a new commercial or non-residential building, have them contact us early on in the project and see if we can get them in this program, the commercial new construction program. If they qualify, there will be design and architectural assistance so they can design the building as efficiently as they can from the get-go, and that building will be there for 50, 100 years and be able to enjoy those savings over time. One non-residential program that applies to the small businesses. It's similar to the home check program that I talked maybe too long on, I don't know. But it's a walkthrough audit of small businesses up to 25,000 square feet. There will be installed measures. There's special rebates available for lighting and insulation. There's a lot of opportunities in those small commercial buildings. It's a really underserved market as far as we'd like to reach out to those customers and find opportunities for energy savings there. That's the end of my presentation. I do have several more brochures at the back. I'll just point out there, in addition to our rebate programs, there is federal tax incentives available. So you might want to check out. With your accountant. There's more federal tax incentives available as well in 2009. And then we also have a nice brochure on phantom load. Basically, the message is it's very simple. An appliance or a light or anything uses less energy when it's off and unplugged than it does when it's on. So the light bulb that's lighting a room that nobody's in for 10 or 15 minutes is going to use a lot less energy if it's turned off than if it's turned on. And there's also TVs. If you leave them on, it's better to turn them off. If you have a power strip and you can totally unplug it, that's the best way to go. Cutting the phantom load. A lot of electronics, computers have monitors that stay on. They go into sleep mode, but they're still using energy. So it's just important to remember that the best thing to do is turn them off when not in use, and that's possible in a lot of applications. And I guess what I hear is one of the worst offenders is the video games. Somebody playing a video game will put it on pause, go do something else, and leave it on. And so if you can encourage people to go ahead and turn that off, that would decrease your load as well. So we have a lot of brochures in the back, and I can take questions now if you like.
And if you have questions, I want to on library cable channel 10, and we will re-air it, so it helps if we can have the question recorded too. So if we have questions? Oh, and I have to say, I've lived in 3 different houses in Iowa City, and I've had an audit each time, and they're wonderful. I love that faucet aerating thing. It's just, it saves so much water.
Your brochure here says that this is for equipment between January 1st and December 31st of 2009. Will that be extended next year?
Yes. We will have a program next year as well. The brochures are printed. Each year we make different program decisions, and so there might be changes or modifications from year to year, but we will have a program in place this year, next year, and the following year. We just started a 5-year plan for energy efficiency.
I have a question about rentals, given the extreme number of rentals, especially in the Iowa City area. What are you doing with landlords and renters and property management companies to help their renters be more energy efficient? Is that with the individual renter, or does the renter have to work with their property management company?
Well, what we're doing is we have the residential and the non-residential programs, and as you say, there's a barrier there because the tenant is paying the bill and the owner is making the improvements to the building. So there's a structural problem there. We have a multifamily program that we've developed this year just to address that issue. Initially, what we're doing is we're outreaching towards the landlords. We have different attractive rebates available to the property owners to encourage them to participate. We try to get them into something similar to our home check or our business check audit program, and we try to work on increasing the insulation and the lighting and those sort of opportunities. What a tenant can do, we do have the online audit that's available so they can see the things that are in their control. the CFL light bulbs, the different things they can do within their place, but no or very few tenants are in a position to go ahead and put extra insulation in a building that they might not be there in 6 months or a year. So we're working primarily with the landlord for the building shell items, and then for the things that the tenant can use, they can go with our home check online and do different things as far as the light bulbs, and also a lot of that is user behavior, and we're trying to have a more of an outreach as far as our behavior changes that people can make. Turning off the light bulbs, not leaving the plasma TVs on, and there's a lot of different things. I've lived in apartments, leaving the windows open in the winter. There's a lot of things that the tenant can control.
Thank you.
Well, I wanted to start by saying thank you. It was a really good presentation. But we're particularly interested in the Plant Some Shade program. And I was wondering if you could mention again which trees are available and what time does that actually take place on October 8th?
Sure. You can go to our website and go to Plant Some Shade on our website, or else to the DNR website to do the application. The trees available will be the bur oak, the red oak, sugar maple, serviceberry, and Norway spruce. And they have a limited quantity of all those available, so I encourage you to sign up, quickly, because they can fill up, or they can run out of certain trees. And the time, I believe that I was told it's in the afternoon. It's around 3 to 5. I don't have the exact time, but on that website you'll be able to get the exact time to come pick up.
We'll put that information on our website. We also have the information about having your appliances picked up on Eco Iowa City, so you can find that there as well.
The appliance recycling program, great.
Thank you. You mentioned a lot of different activities, from insulating your attic to CFL bulbs, and I'm wondering what's highest yield from a expense or a CO2 production. My guess is 80% of the variation is 20% of the causes, right? So if you had to pick a few things, what's going to get you the furthest on average?
Thank you. Okay. In the back of the room, we also have a brochure that's our top 10 energy-saving tips. And what that does is it outlines some things that homeowners can do going into the heating season. Included in that is the online audits, doing caulking, sealing around the house, adding insulation, putting in a programmable thermostat, buying Energy Star appliances or efficient appliances when your furnace, air conditioner, when you're making those choices to replace them in your home. Heating and cooling and water heat are the largest users in the home. Next, plug load's growing dramatically. And so buying efficient Energy Star rated or better appliances will really help. Sealing up, putting window wrap around windows. Little things you can do in the winter. You can, southern facing windows, leave the shades open so that sunlight can come in. You can get that free heat from solar radiation. Keep your furnace and air conditioner well maintained. During a home check, the energy auditor will go through and help you prioritize in your particular situation. Everybody's situation is going to be a little different, and they'll give you a little list of 2 to 5 things that will give you the biggest bang for the buck. Some people should maybe concentrate on maybe replacing equipment, and other people might not need to do that, and so more weatherization things might give them the biggest bang for the buck. But yeah, I think it varies a lot, but obviously the biggest uses in the house, the end uses, would be heating, cooling, water heating, and then plug load. Does that help?
Hi, you were talking about phantom power or phantom power loads and power strips. Is unplugging a power strip the same thing as turning a power strip on and off that has a switch? Or is there still a small phantom load?
Yeah, I'm not an engineer, but there is a small phantom load on power strips. You are an engineer, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
There is
well,
a
not
small
that.
phantom load there, but the saving you get by decreasing the phantom load on the rest of the appliances plugged into the strip offset it. You could unplug the power strip too. That would be the better alternative, but it's probably a lot more convenient to hit the switch. But I think it's a pretty small draw.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Do we have any other questions? Well, thank you, John. It was really...